there are some unusual things that you find when you conduct this sort of research. The first one is that the individual net current asset value stock is more likely to go to zero than the rest of the market, and the rate is about 6% for a net current asset value stock versus 2.5% for the average stock in the market. But as a portfolio, there are fewer down years than the market. And this is perhaps the most controversial finding, the most counterintuitive, and that's that loss-making net nets actually outperform net nets that are profitable. Within the profitable net nets, those that don't pay a dividend outperform the ones that do pay a dividend. So your instinct might be to find a net net that pays a dividend and with positive earnings, and that would lead you to underperform what you can do just by net nets alone. So many of you will know that Warren Buffett started out as a student of Benjamin Graham's. Then he worked with him in his Graham-Newman Corporation, and then he went out and he set up his own partnership. And in the early days of his partnership, he was very much a Graham-type investor, looking at liquidation value. The first position, one of the early positions that he put into the fund was Sanborn Map. It had a portfolio of securities, and it was trading at 65 cents on the dollar of that portfolio of securities with no value given at all to the business, which was making about $100,000 a year. He got on the board, he got control, he liquidated the security portfolio, paid it out in a tax-effective manner, and so he got a 50% return just on the portfolio, and then the business remained, and the business continues to exist to this day as a geographic information system business in the US. He had this evolution after meeting Charlie Munger, and in 1963, he found American Express mired in a scandal. So American Express is a financial company, and it had provided some warehouse receipts to Anthony Tino DeAngelis, who was a commodities broker and trader, and he had figured out that he could bring soybean oil to the port, show the inspectors that his tanks contained soybean oil, and then through pipes and valves he could fill up with seawater what had been soybean oil. And then they would check a new tank and it would contain the old soybean oil. At one stage he controlled almost 10 times more soybean oil than there was in existence. And that was the secret to his low prices. Eventually he went bankrupt. American Express had said that the warehouses did in fact contain the salad oil. His broker went bankrupt when the people who had lent against those warehouse receipts came looking for some deep pockets. They found American Express. And American Express owed something in the order of $175 million, which was 10 times its average annual earnings over the last few years.